audience, the many people that are involved, the target groups, and on the audiences and how online streaming and downloading affects the industry. So these four are the big superpowers of the music industry: Universal, Sony, EMI, and Warner. EMI started out as a company that was founded by the creator of the gramophone. And with that, they were like one of the pioneers in the music industry. However, because it's so competitive, they were overtaken, it was a hostile takeover, by Universal and Sony, which caused a shift in powers. Just to be able to give you faces and also pull out the cultural aspect of these three companies, I have a short 40-second video. So just to be sure you're all paying attention, how many of you saw people that you listened to? So going back to the superpowers, a big thing is their different focal points. Sony Music focuses a lot on talent, the same way that Universal and Warner do. However, Sony looks at it in the sense of what talent can we take and just sell right away, which is a lot why American Idol stars usually get signed with Sony because of their partnership. They're big on money, which is why they entered the industry. And they're big on prestige, which is why they take these big talents and that they don't have to develop too much to make sure that they stay high in the top. Warner and Universal are both also from the beginning of the music industry. Universal Music started out as MCA, the music culture of America, and was bought out by Decca Records, which is Universal's parent company. So that's how Universal Music Group ended up forming. So they're big on the development. They'll find someone with a lot of talent and spend years developing them and then putting them out there. And even when they're out there, they continue to develop them. With Warner, they do the same thing, and Warner was actually first developed by the Warner Brothers in order to have soundtracks to use for their movies. They're big on prestige as well as the same way that Sony is, except their prestige is more of saying, what do we do for the community? And they actually, on their website, show a community social responsibility statement.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the people involved. Normally when we think of the music business, these are the key people that we think of. We usually think of the artist, and then we assume they have a manager and a producer, and obviously a promoter, and both the biggest part is the audience, which the promoter and the artist both respond to. However, it's much more complicated than that. Those are actually overall groups. And within those groups, the relationships make it even more complicated. Every star has 3 different managers. They have a business manager, a personal manager, and a tour manager. And the personal manager is the one who deals with them the most. They deal with every aspect of them, personality-wise, and reminding them of how people are going to see them. So this would be an example of the relationships, because every manager meets with other people, and the bigger the star, the more people that are involved. So there's a need for balance. If there's too many managers, then someone's going to feel very controlled. If there's too little, there's not enough control to keep them in place. So with too many managers, you get rebellion. Without, you kind of lose your head, and you get instances like this. So going to the mass target groups. As music